Good morning students, welcome back to Limitless Literature. In this particular video lecture, we are going to discuss Louis Althusser's ideological state apparatus. Okay, so that is one of the most important topics you might be getting in UGC NET examination, RPSC examination, GATE examination, CUET, and of course UPPSC GDC. So we are trying to cover all the topics from GDC, UPPSC GDC, and what all are the common topics that we are finding in other competitive examinations also. Okay, so if you have not subscribed to the mock test series, yes, we have just released the UPPSC GDC mock test series on the mobile application Limitless Literature. Make sure that you enroll into the mock test series and get the maximum advantage out of it. We are covering all the topics, and these topics have already been there covered in the mock test series. And of course, join our UGC NET GATE CUET ongoing batch for more such important lectures for your competitive examination. So now let's discuss this particular work, Louis Althusser's Ideology and Ideological State Apparatus. So it is an essay which was published in 1970. Actually, you see, earlier we have Marxism. Marxism used to say that all the labor class, all the working class people will stand against. कि working class खड़े होंगे and then they start revolting against the upper class, the capitalists, on the rich people. Okay, so all the middle class or lower class will start revolution towards the rich people. But Louis Althusser says that it will never going to happen, because this whole system, this whole capitalist system is organized in such a beautiful way that you can never be able to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor people. You see, Louis Althusser says that Marxism philosophies will not work. No labor class, no working class will revolt against rich class. कि रिच क्लास के सामने कभी भी कोई भी नहीं करेगा, बिकॉज एवरीथिंग इज सो ऑर्गेनाइज्ड बाय द स्कूल्स विद द एजुकेशन सिस्टम, schools, colleges, everything is so much organized that is serving the rich class people. All the mentality of everyone, you, I, and everyone, we all have been conditioned by the education system to serve the rich people, to serve the capitalist people. So that is what ideological state apparatus. Ideology means the false consciousness. Ideology means false consciousness. False consciousness means the false thinking that education system put in our brain in order to have maximum advantage for the rich people. Competition, fight for the grades. Have you ever seen the rich people fighting for the grades? No, rich people never fight for the grades. A lot of politicians, they have never taken any graduation, and we all are working under them, because the education system is made in such a way that directly or indirectly we have been conditioned to serve the rich people. Okay, so that is what ideological state apparatus. Ideology means false consciousness that has been spread in the minds of the people. Okay, so it was a revolutionary essay about power and social control. Okay, powerful stay in control by shaping how we think. So power always remain in power by shaping how we think. From the beginning, from the nursery standard, from the first class, second class, we have been conditioned to follow the rich people or to serve the rich people. That is why Louis Althusser says that no labor class, no working class, no middle class, no one is going to turn out the hierarchy. No one is going to revolt against these people, against the rich people. So that is what all about Louis Althusser's ideology and ideological state apparatus. Now here we have the hidden machinery that is controlling our mind. Okay, hidden machinery is the schools and the colleges that are controlling, are shaping our thoughts. Okay, for example, you see your parent. Okay, for example, your father is in a government job. He has his own struggles. Okay, he has done a lot of struggles. And he got a government job. And now you are doing the same. You did your schooling, you have done your college, and now you are struggling a lot to get the job to come at the level of your father. Okay, to come at the level of your father. But in businesses, it does not happen like this. Once the business is set up, generation and generation and generation just gets the money out of that business. So wealthy people always remain wealthy generation after generation because they don't have to struggle every time, and they keep on selling the products to the working class people. So working class people do the job, they earn the money, and then they start consuming the products made by these wealthy people. So wealthy people make the middle class people do work for them, job for them, and then they sell them the products. तो आप wealthy people क्या करते हैं, काम करवाते हैं और आपको अपने ही प्रोडक्ट्स बेचते हैं. ओके, सो वो प्रोडक्ट्स बेचते हैं और वही पैसा आपसे वापस रख लेते हैं. So wealthy people keeps on getting wealthy just because they make you do the work and then they sell their own products to you. And that's what happened in capitalist society. So it all happened because of the schools. In the schools, we have been trained to sit quietly, to sit in the row. If you have any question, raise your hand, to sit in a discipline and do the competition for the grades. Okay, you do the competition for the grades. Even skill development, you have been taught as skills. Okay, skills have been taught to you so that the rich people are going to use those skills to become more and more wealthy. Okay, rich people do not have any skills. They just hire the skilled people and they make a lot of money out of them. Okay, so it is a circle and from which the middle class never comes out. Okay, so traditional Marxists used to say that workers would do the revolution. But here, interpellation is a concept given by Louis Althusser. Okay, that's what we are studying. Louis Althusser gave this concept of interpellation. Interpellation means power through consent. Power through consent means हम खुद consent देते हैं. We give the consent to the rich people to exploit us. How? It has been conditioned through the religion. First, the religion will teach us how to sit, what to wear, okay, how to talk, what we should be doing in the society, how much hard work. Rich people never do the hard work. It is always the middle class, labor class. They do the hard work. Okay, the great American dream. Okay, so everything starts with religion, and religion controls shapes the thinking of the men, and then the education system just go on training the people, just go on conditioning the people how to get the jobs and how to serve these rich people. Okay, so Althusser questions that these capitalist societies reproduce themselves generation after generation. Means the rich people keep on becoming rich and rich and rich, just making sure that all the middle class or the labor class getting enough amount of salary, but the maximum amount of profits goes to the rich people. Okay, so that's how it works. So here we have the three revolutionary theses on ideology. The first is ideology represents the imaginary relationships of individual to their real conditions. Again, I am reading it again, it's very important. Ideology represents the imaginary relationships of individual to their real conditions. You have been sold the American dream. Imaginary relationship. If you study this, you will get the government job. Your life will change. You will be having the car. You will have a big house. You will have every single thing in your life. You will wear good clothes. Okay, so imaginary dreams, imaginary things have been put into the mind of working class and the middle class people. And those dreams are being sold by the rich people to the labor class, to the working class, to the middle class. Okay, so that is the thesis one, that imaginary relationship with the money is shown to the people of middle class. Okay, then comes the ideology has material existence, means false consciousness, or you can say ideology can also be seen as materially. For example, patriotism. Rich people never go into the war. They will never die. The politician never dies. They make the middle class. In every country, who is not, it is not the Russian Putin is getting killed, it is not the president of Ukraine is getting, it is only the labor class, it is only the middle class who are working as a soldier, who are getting just shot down with the ego of the people. Okay, so, and it exists in reality. On the Independence Day, we have a parade march, we have flag ceremony, we have pledges, we have monuments made into the made in with respect to our Indian nation. But then everything is just a condition created by the rich people or the materialist people or the higher class people to remain in power. And people die of patriotism. It is not the upper class but the labor class or the middle class people. So ideology exists in the material existence through the flag ceremonies, patriotism, okay, pledges, monuments, and all those things. Then we have the thesis 3. Ideology interpolates individual as the subjects. That means the police is in hierarchy. So the people who are in hierarchy, they always look the labor class or the middle class as a subject of law enforcement. Police will say, hey, where are you going? Go back. Your teacher will say, shut up, you cannot speak like this, you cannot debate with me, you cannot argue with me. So the people who always remain in the hierarchy will treat the lower class and the middle class as a law, you can say law enforcement. Now here one of the important points, that is repressive state apparatus and ideological state apparatus. So ideological state apparatus means the schools, colleges, and everything is fine, everything is going into the mind of people in a conditioned way. Everything is very quiet. Schools, you go to the school, you have been trained to work hard, you have been trained to do the competition, and you have been trained to do a lot of things. Everything is fine. But when the things start getting out of your hand, when the school students start doing the revolution, when the school students or churches and everyone start doing the revolution, then comes the repressive state apparatus. Repressive state apparatus means police. Okay, if the powerful people controls the middle class and everyone through schools and churches and colleges and religion, but if the people are not being controlled by the ideological state apparatus, then people are directed towards repressive state apparatus. Then police will start controlling the people who are trying to go against the law, okay, who are going against the schools. Police will interfere. The repressive state apparatus will interfere in the ideological state apparatus. If anything bad happens in the colleges, then police comes and it tries to repress the opinion or voice of the people. Okay, it works through violence. Repressive state apparatus works through violence. Okay, and here we have families. Ideological state apparatus, it does not work through violence. This is more harmful. Schools, colleges, and everything is more harmful, because here you never know how you have been conditioned. Here you at least know that you have been being controlled. Here you at least know that police and courts and judges and military is trying to control you. But when the things start working here, for example, China, Russia, okay, so here people have been conditioned from the beginning. They have lost their individual identity, they have lost their creativity. Leo Tolstoy, Anton Chekhov, all these are very great writers of Russia. But now Russia does not have any writer. Why? Because Russia is being controlled by the ideological state apparatus. Earlier, before the Russian government, before socialism, okay, in Russia there is socialism. Before socialism, there were the great writers who has written the great works. Anna Karenina, okay, Crime and Punishment. These works have been written by these writers, and these writers were born before the social revolution in Russia, before the World War. Okay, Leo Tolstoy, before the World War First. Here, at least here, we are talking, at least here, police is doing violence, but at least we know what to do, that we are being repressed by the society. So this is much more dangerous than repressive state apparatus. Okay, so that is a UGC NET question also. All these things what I am teaching here have been there in the UGC NET examination or in the other competitive examination. So make sure that you are going through the complete slide, whatever I'm telling you. Only a handful amount of students who are able to complete this lecture will see the effects in the examination, because everyone wants quick fix, and you are here, you have reached here. So that shows that you are disciplined and you want to learn about this, and ultimately you will also qualify the examination. Okay, so now here we have the school system. The school system teaches us the skills, teaching us the skills that can be served to the rich people. Okay, competition is natural, authority should be respected, success reflects personal effort. Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work. So that is what schools and colleges have been teaching us. But it does not happen with the rich people. Rich people never work hard. They just make other people work hard for themselves. Then here we have social stratifications. We don't have any creative skills. We are the students who are just seeking the jobs. That is what the school teaches us. And legitimation. Legitimation means student success appears to reflect the merit. Means if you want to become rich, you should be getting a job. You should be getting successful. So success is itself is an illusion created by the rich people so that they can be served by the lower class or middle class people. Now here we have common misunderstandings that ISAs means ideological state apparatus automatically control the minds and produce obedient subjects. Okay, yes, that's right. Ideological state apparatus controls the mind through schools and colleges. But now again, when we talk about ISAs here, Louis Althusser says कि ISAs, like it is trying to control the mind of the students, mind of the working class people. But if someone start doing the revolution, from a student, from working class or from labor class, someone starts the revolution, they try to pick the person and then try to eliminate the weaknesses. That's how it is getting stronger. जब भी इनको लगता है कि इस ISAs में, आइडियोलॉजिकल स्टेट अपरेटस में, स्कूल्स एंड एजुकेशन सिस्टम में कुछ ना कुछ वीकनेस आ रही है, if the powerful people find the weakness, they try to eliminate that weakness. For example, a Muslim teacher in Delhi University, a Muslim teacher in DU, he is trying to encourage the students to do the revolution. So government will find that this Muslim teacher is a weakness. It is trying to revolt against the ideological state apparatus. It is trying to break the hierarchy. So the government, the powerful people will try to remove this Muslim teacher weaknesses or Sikh teacher or whatever the minority section of the society. Okay, so there can be a lot of debatable points upon here. So we are not going into the debate. We are just trying to understand the concepts, and we are not trying to just do the revolution here or arguments here. So government will try to remove this weakness. So as soon as the government remove this Muslim teacher, this ISAs start getting more stronger. Ideological state apparatus starts getting more stronger. So that is why Louis Althusser says that no working class or no labor class will do the revolt against the capitalist economy, the rich people. So Marxism used to say that the labor class or the working people will revolt against the rich people one day. But Louis Althusser says that it cannot happen. It cannot be possible because it has been controlled through education system, religion, hospitals, and all those things. So mass media, culture, okay, the social media is also an ideological state apparatus, and it has been controlled by the powerful people spreading all these things to the society. So I hope you are able to understand this video lecture. Join UGC NET English Literature batch for more such video lectures, and of course UPPSC GDC mock test series is ongoing, and we are going to cover a lot of video lectures here on YouTube Limitless Literature. Do let me know your comments, and also please like the video. That helps me to keep on making such content for you in the future. I will see you soon in the next video. That's it. Thank you.